Hello, my favorite virtual learners. This video is intended to help you to understand how to choose your first learning target. So you may or may not have been in class when we looked at the standards and the assessments that will be covered. So we're looking at the second one here. The characteristics of animals is the standard, and so our assessment or summative assessment is going to be this learning target. Now for learning targets, I give you a choice, but there is some limitations with the choices. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. If you scroll down a little bit on this document, what you'll see is rows and columns. Okay, the columns indicate the number of points that that particular assignment is worth, like almost like a leveling system. Now those points that you choose here, they don't affect your grade, they affect what you choose. So this first row is the first learning target, and then the second learning target, which there's a different video about that, but there's the second learning target. The first learning target is all about the characteristics of animals. So we're going to use this row for a first learning target. So each row represents the choices for your learning target. You're going to read across to choose which one you want to do. All right. Now, for this particular unit, you need to choose a total of 4 points. So if I choose a level 1 here in the first learning target, then I am stuck choosing a level 3 for the second learning target, because 3 plus 1 is 4. So another example, if I were to choose the second one here, kind of like the middle ground, I would have to choose the second one here, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, so if I went all the way to the end here and chose level 3 right away, then my second learning target, I could do a level 1. So you kind of, when you get a new unit, a plan like this with the learning targets, you want to kind of look ahead. Even though we're looking at the first target and that's what's going to be due this week, you kind of want to look ahead and see what you what's on the docket for the next one, so that you know if this level 3 is something miserable for you, then you don't want to do that. You want to do you know, something higher up first so that you can do something lower on second. So kind of think ahead about that. Excuse me. You will need to complete 1 assignment from this row, and then next week 1 assignment from this row. So again, we're starting with the first row here, the I can explain the general characteristics of animals. All right. The 3 choices, so the level 1 choice is to create a Google slide presentation. Google Slides are pretty easy for us, so that's why it's a level 1. You're going to describe 4 characteristics of all animals and include the 7 functions. All of that can be found in your digital notebook. You're going to format the slides however you would like. So if you want the 4 characteristics, you want 4 slides for that, that's fine. If you want 7 slides for the functions, or if you want to put all the functions on 1 slide, that's fine as well. But you do need to include the name of the characteristic and function, a complete description in your own words, and some kind of visual. A visual can be a picture, a video, a GIF, a graphic, okay? Any of those. However, don't put pictures on all your slides. Change it up. Maybe put a video on one, insert a video. You can do that very easily up here by hitting the insert button on Google Slides. This is my warning. Do not include a visual for reproduction. I do not want you to get in trouble for searching that type of thing on your laptop. So just ignore that visual for reproduction. If you want to go a little bit higher this time, you're going to create an infographic for your level 2 assignment. You can use Google Drawings. And Google Drawings, you can find that if you go to your hamburger menu here on Google, the grid, and scroll down. You can find a Google Drawings. It saves it automatically in your drive, okay? you make sure you rename it. Otherwise, you're going to be looking for untitled, and you probably maybe have a few untitled. I always have a few untitled in my drive for some reason. But you can use the Google Drawings to create an infographic, or you can use this website, Piktochart. And the Piktochart, it's a pretty easy website to use to add things. It just kind of formats an infographic for you. You can even just use that as an example if you do want to do Google Drawings. But Piktochart, just make sure you're only using the free version stuff. And then what you do is you open that up, you make that public for me, and you put the link to the website in your, when you're ready to submit this. You're going to include the same information for characteristics, 7 functions, name, description, and a visual. An infographic is all on one. So you're going to have to be you have to plan carefully how you set up your infographic, because that's a lot of information. All right. I don't want to see Google Slides if you're looking for a level 2. Google Slides is level 1. Level 3, you're going to create a thing link. A thing link, using your Viking Mail, a thing link is this website will show you. Basically, you choose an image and then you add little tags to those images. And the tags can be descriptions, it can be videos, it can be pictures, but it's a really easy thing to do. But there might be a little bit of in front time to learn how to use the thing link. But once you get the hang of it, I created one for another class. It's not difficult, it's just getting used to it. So it's a new technology, which is sometimes something employers and colleges are looking for. Excuse me, the skill to be able to learn something new. So maybe you want to challenge yourself for that. So here's a helpful video on how to use thing link. You're gonna find a central picture that represents animals and add 5 tags, 1 for each characteristic and 1 for the 7 functions. And you'll see what different types of tags you can use once you get there. You're gonna use the tag to fully describe and illustrate the characteristics. If you just use a plain text tag, you are limited. I'm sorry, wait until they
At this time, let's go ahead and release the second floor for dismissal. Bikes, let's make sure next week you display the characteristics of a Viking. Let's have a great work ethic. Let's be resilient. Let's display, most importantly, Viking pride. Princeton, have a great weekend, and as always,
no Vikes.
Go Vikes.
Okay, so you know, you want to include all these things, and if you have a tag that's just text, you're going to be limited in the number of characters. So you want to use that one sparingly. All right, so once you choose which one you want to do, you have 2 days to work on this. There is, or will be, a link on Google Classroom that says submit your target one here. And that's where you're just going to add whatever it is, the Google slide, the Google drawing, the link to the Piktochart, or the link to the thing link. Okay, if you have any questions about using those, just go ahead and email me, or maybe we can do a Google Meet and I can show you by sharing my screen.